Just had a Kia turn up. He's hanging out 100 metres down the hill in the bush. Jeff's talking to him at the moment. Hopefully he comes for a closer look. It sounds promising.
I've never seen a Kia in the wild, can you believe it? So, yeah, very cool. My name's Jasmine. I'm a bird keeper from Auckland Zoo, and currently we're in Matukituki Valley in Mount Aspiring National Park. We're hoping to catch Kia to do some conservation field work with them. We're going to be changing transmitters and banding as well.
Here is the spot.
Kia, they're neophilic, which means they love new and novel things in their environment, and they're ready to come over and explore it. So we put out fun, colourful lures essentially for them to come down. We play different types of Kia calls for them as well, so they think that there are other Kia hanging out in the area. Yeah, a bit of enrichment for them in the wild. It's great, and it's fun for us as well.
We're going to give this Kia a bit of space so he's got somewhere to come and land hopefully. Hopefully he comes and checks us out.
Oh, it's landed.
Cool.
It's landed. There he is, hello.
Oh, that's a very fresh little one. Like this year's fledgling kind of.
Kia are New Zealand's only alpine parrot, meaning they obviously live up in the mountains. They're endemic to New Zealand, so they're only found naturally occurring here. Very, very intelligent, considered to be potentially the most intelligent bird species in the world. They have to be very curious and intelligent because of the very rough terrain that they're found in. They're a very interesting and loud and fun bird to be around.
Oh, he's actually interacting with the GoPro. I wonder if he turned it on himself. It's blinking red.
Yeah, I think he did it. I think he's taking a selfie.
Oh, amazing.
Hey, what's this? What's that? What's that?
Oh, don't eat that.
Oh, no. What have you done?
Walking around with it. Maybe we'll get this one. Oh.
Just slowly. Yeah, nice.
This is my first time doing this, so I essentially am here to just hold the bird, restrain the bird, which is a significant role because you need to be able to maintain a good restraint, but also you need to be able to hold them in a manner that's not going to stress them out and is beneficial for the bird, which then also makes the person working on the bird a lot happier because you've got a nice calm bird.
That looks a bit comfy for him, eh? And then you open a cup of tea, and on the bottom of here,
What are you doing?
I got my bands hiding in there, keeping them warm. They're really easy to snap, so
Sort of like softens them a little bit.
yeah, and makes them just a bit more sort of
Malleable.
I guess. Yeah.
I've done a lot of large parrot handling, and these guys are pretty calm. As soon as they're in hand, they sort of just hang there and let you do what you need to do, the banding, and then they'll take some bloods, and then we let the bird go. Awesome.
Just
Oh. He chose to go the other way. That's so cool. Beaming underneath this. It's a very surreal feeling. You work with the species in a zoo environment. It's a very fulfilling feeling to be able to put together the in situ and the ex situ work.
We'll put these wraps on it.
Sweet.
And that will be sweet.
Awesome.
And we got one bird and lots of interest, so I reckon because there's definitely some interest that picked up afterwards, and so I'm hoping that means tomorrow morning they're gonna come in.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Delayed gratification.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's just after 6, and Kia already up here making a racket.
Yeah, it's going. Exciting. We put on the group Aoraki, which is pretty wild. It's a lot of commotion, and now these birds come over immediately.
We've got a project up here that's been going for a few years. We come and catch birds once or twice a year,
Yep, got it.
Cool.
banding, putting transmitters on adults. And the banding up here helps to be able to identify individuals. So you get re-sightings being reported, and you learn a little bit about how the birds are moving around the place. Because the more we know, the more we can do to try and look after them, really.
So you want them sitting upright?
Yeah, reasonably upright. If you take your top arm down, and we'll slide this whole thing over top of both.
Okay.
The transmitters help us to sort of we can actually check up on individual birds, then we can go and look for them. We're just putting transmitters on adults here because the juvenile birds often disperse a long way out of here. Transmitters on adult males is sort of to monitor their survival, see what, if we're losing any to predation from cats or stoats as adults. And the females have a slightly different transmitter that tells us their activity, and then we can go and find their nesting cavities and monitor them.
Yeah, that's good because it's like just a finger on the bottom and just a little bit more on top.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Funny.
Yeah, nice.
Got him. Oh, this one's much bigger. This is definitely a boy.
Yeah.
He's probably 3 years old, like he's just got tiny little traces of
Yeah.
yellow left.
Being able to go out and do conservation work in the wild is one, you're present within their home, and it's amazing to experience that. And also to be able to translate a lot of the skills I've learned as a zookeeper into the field work, such as restraining birds, taking bloods, doing health checks and whatnot. I'm doing what I've always dreamed about doing.
Good job, buddy.
We've had a few birds hanging around. We've had a few birds disappear straight away, and then we just wait for the next kia to arrive. It's pretty surreal. I keep having to sort of like inwardly pinch myself. It's pretty amazing. Oh, I'm full of poo.
Oh.
Kia, they're not very common. It's very hard to gauge numbers because of this type of terrain, so it's estimated that there's possibly 5,000 or less left in New Zealand, which is actually not a large number. So what people don't realise is that even though kia are so curious by nature and they seem to want to be with people and to interact with people, the best thing to do is actually to enjoy them from a distance. We do actually have incidences where they have been shot because they've been causing a lot of issues. And one of the big factors of this is people that feed them. They then become quite reliant on human food, especially the juveniles. They don't eat the food that they're supposed to eat. They don't learn to forage properly. And it's not very good for their health either because human food's not for birds. So yeah, I think people just need to be aware that just because they're a very curious creature doesn't mean that we should be interacting with them. We need to let them be wild. So essentially just coming to the zoo is supporting this type of work, just buying a ticket or a zoo membership.
What people can do to help the trust, getting involved with volunteer conservation things, trapping is a great way to help chip in, make a little bit of a difference. The big trapping project up here is run by volunteers. And to report sightings of kia. This is a kia sightings form. You find them sometimes in huts and in places like Arthur's Pass distributed around to report your sightings. There's at least
23.
a couple more you can hear them down a lot.
That's so cool.
We've seen a huge flock of kia, probably just about the biggest we've ever seen, we think. That's sort of probably a product of the great predator control that's happening up here by the Matuki Trust and DOC and the Auckland Zoo. They support us helping fund this project and the work in here. So there'll be lots of young birds hopefully in that have come from successful nests in the last 2 or 3 years. Oh, it was pretty special. Yeah, there's not many places you see that many birds at once.
It's all about conservation. It's all about wanting to help increase population numbers of birds, help with pretty much giving them a better future. It's amazing. I would not want to be anywhere else right now. It's very cool, yeah.